Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Antony.
Today, in our feature, we're going to give you some advice, some help maybe, in how to use your time well. All of us have the same amount of time every day, 24 hours. We have different things to do every day. Do you ever feel like you're wasting time?
All the time.
Too often. Many of us are like that. But we're going to teach you a technique, that is a method or a way that someone from Italy has been trying to teach the world in order for us to use our, especially studying time or working time, to use it efficiently, to use it better.
没错，所以今天我们的主题呢是要带大家了解一个新的时间管理术。与其说新嘛，它也在这边已经流行了大概十几年有了，好，至少大概十几年以上都有了。这个东西呢叫做番茄钟工作法，也就是番茄钟时间管理法。好，我第一次听到这个主题的时候，是从唐凤我们的这个政务委员唐凤这边所提到的，他在访谈时有提过，你要怎么样能够掌握好你的时间管理呢？我们常常听到 time management 就是时间管理。那在这里的话，我们会有详尽的去说明这个番茄钟时间管理法的方式。我们赶快来看看今天内容吧。
Okay, let's not us waste time. Let's get right to it. And the title of today's article is Managing Time with the Pomodoro Technique. Antony has just spoken a little bit about that. Now let's look at the first paragraph of the article. In work, as well as in life, doing what needs to be done in order to reach our goals can be difficult. We have something we need to do, pass a test, clean our rooms,
Oh no.
become better at a sport or at an art. These are things which we may decide we want to do, but we don't always have a way in our minds in order to be successful, to come to our goal, to reach our goal.
OK， 所以第一句话，哈，第一段的第一句话里面你就特别提到了 in work as well as in life。这边讲 as well as， 你可以不妨把它圈起来，在上面写一个 and， 所以这句话是 in work and in life 的意思。好，在生活中，甚至在工作中，怎么样呢？ Doing what needs to be done in order to reach our goals can be difficult。 在这边的话，老师特别提到了 goal 这个字，就是目标。那完成我们的目标，达到我们的目标，除了在这边讲 reach our goals 之外，老师刚刚有提到 achieve our goal， 就是达成我们的目标。在这个地方，我们提到说，要完成我们的目标，好去做这些必要的这种必要事项，其实本身呢 can be difficult， 其实是辛苦的，很多时候碰到一些阻碍啊等等。
Achieve is spelled A-C-H-I-E-V-E. A-C-H-I-E-V-E. Achieve.
就是达成的意思。
All right, continuing. Without a good system in place, it is easy to lose focus, waste time, and lose track of our most important tasks. These are three problems that people have if they don't have a good system. Now, system here we mean method or way to do things. In place means, I already know how to prepare things. I already know how to reach my goal step by step. But if you don't, then maybe you will lose focus. You will lose your attention. What was I doing? What am I doing? Or waste time. Of course, that's a good way to waste time if you don't have a good plan, and lose track of our most important tasks. Now, what was I doing? Where was I? So it's good to have good organization here, and we'll be talking about this method that helps us do that.
没错，所以在这边的话 ，without a good system in place，in place 就是到位或是准备好。如果你自己本身没有准备好一个固定的、很有效率的做法。System 这边指的就是 method 的意思 ，OK？It is easy to lose focus， 很容易呢，你就不小心分心了 ，waste time 浪费时间了 ，and lose track of our most important tasks。所以在这边的话，他说你有可能会怎么样？没有办法掌握我们必须完成的重要事项。
Okay, we'll finish this paragraph with this long sentence, but we'll explain it to you part by part. Luckily, we are fortunate to have something. We are lucky. We can just use the 副词, the adverb here. Luckily, one of the most efficient. Efficient refers to how much time it takes to do something. If you do a lot in a short time, wow, you're very efficient. If you waste a lot of time doing something that is inefficient, I-N, inefficient. And most popular time management techniques. Popular as everybody likes to do it. Time management, Antony has already explained that to you. A technique is a way to do something, a method. Is also one of the world's simplest. It's easy to do. It's easy to understand. It's easy to carry out. And it's called the Pomodoro Technique.
好，所以这边的话，终于看到这个整个名字，The Pomodoro Technique 就是我们讲的番茄钟工作法。好，这边呢提到了前面这句话好长，对，很好理加在真是幸运。Luckily, one of the most efficient and most popular time management techniques。好，很多我们也可能有各式各样的时间管理法，其中一项非常非常受欢迎的，而且非常非常有效率的做法。刚好 is also one of the world's simplest， 也是全世界里面相当简单的这种时间管理法的其中一个。所以不难，一下就可以学会了。而这个时间管理法就叫做 the Pomodoro Technique， 番茄钟管理法。
Okay, then we're finished with the first paragraph. Now let's take a break. Okay, let's continue and find out more about this efficient and useful technique. The Pomodoro technique was developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. Now we know who invented it, if you want to use that word, and when it started. The late 1980s would mean 1987, 88, 89. It's not an exact time. It's an about time.
没错，所以在第二段的第一句话呢，他就说了 ，The Pomodoro technique was developed by Francesco Cirillo。好，这个是一个意大利人。如果你今天上网去看打他的字的话，有时候你会听到 Francesco， 那可能是用意大利的这种方式去发音。但是我们这边的话都是用英文，美国人会怎么念这个名字的发音方式哦？他就说了 ，In the late 1980s， 差不多是1987、88、89那段时间，他所发展出来的一种时间管理法。
It uses a timer to break down your work into 25-minute blocks separated by short breaks. A timer is a device, it's a tool. It's not necessarily electronic. The old kind is like a clock. You wind it, and it will, after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you set it at, brrr, it will make some sound, and that is the end of the time. The kitchen was the place where we usually had a timer, because in cooking, sometimes you want to know how long is the meat in the oven, how long are the cookies in the oven, and so on. Anyway, the timer will help you to keep time, and it will break down your work. Most of us who have work to do or study, you're going to do it for an hour or two or more. So instead of focusing all your energy for 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, Mr. Cirillo found that if he broke down his work into 25-minute blocks, if you like, pieces, little lengths of time, 25 minutes. In between, there would be a short break. that this was the best way to control and to help you focus on one thing at a time.
没错，所以这边他就提到说了，那他用一个方法，还用一个这个 timer， 也就是计时器。各位，你们在手机里面可能都有计时器，但事实上计时器不见得一定是电子装备。老师刚刚提到说了，还有可能是那个你这样扭上去，时间到了它可能是发条，时候到了它就会自己响起来，告诉你，哎，时间差不多了。好 ，to break down your work into 25-minute blocks separated by short breaks。这边先看到一下这个 25-minute blocks 就是指时间区块，一个时间区块呢有25分钟。这个地方如果你用 25-minute blocks， 用 25-minute 当形容词的时候，中间要有 hyphen， 而且是 minute 要不要加 s？ 不要。OK， 因为它是形容词，所以呢，它是把它区分成你的工作区分成25分钟的时间区块，然后呢，中间还有间隔的短短的休息，用这种方式来工作的，这是它的时间管理法最重要的精髓所在。
Each block is known as a Pomodoro, the Italian word for tomato. What? The next sentence will help explain that.
所以接下来你就想说，为什么叫番茄钟管理法呢？ So weird. 然后就说 each block is known as a Pomodoro, the Italian word for tomato. 好，它后面就告诉你说，为什么它会有这个时间管理法叫做番茄钟啊？它这边就讲说，每一次的25分钟呢，都称之为一个 Pomodoro， 那就是意大利文里面所讲的一个番茄。OK， 就很奇妙。
Cirillo named the system after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that he used to track his work time, when he was studying as a university student. So I described that timer. He had one when he was a young man too. And in his home, the timer was shaped like a tomato. That's why he used the words Pomodoro to describe that way to track, to keep track of, to control the time that you are doing one thing or another.
所以在这里，如果你不妨可以去 Google 上面去打一下 tomato-shaped kitchen timer， 你就会找到，哇，真的做的像一个番茄一样。然后那个番茄的头这边这样扭过来，它就有一个刻度嘛，然后就时候到就嘎嘎嘎嘎嘎会回去，然后之后就像会发出那种声音一样，就很好玩。那他以前在这个当学生的时候呢，他可能是拿他自己家里头的那个番茄的那个计时器有没有来作为自己读书的这个，所以到后来说好，我要读一个番茄钟的时间，刚好就是25分钟嘛，所以他整句话讲说 Cyril named the system after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer. If you name something after something else， 指的是用后面那个东西来命名这个东西。Name A after B， 就是指用 B 来命名 A， 所以这个时间管理法就叫做番茄钟时间管理法或番茄钟工作法，是这样子来的。然后说 that he used to track his work time，track 就是去追踪、去看实际的状况。好 ，when he was studying as a university student， 当初他在读大学的时候，就是用这种方式去管理他的学习状况。
He developed a habit of doing short blocks of work.Those 25-minute periods of time, followed by resting periods. There were a few minutes in between the blocks. 休息一下。
没错，所以在这里的话会告诉你，好 ，he developed a habit of doing short blocks of work。好，这个 block 当然就是刚刚讲的时间区块嘛，他以前就养成了这个习惯。这个 a habit 你可以使用 develop 来表示养成的意思。当然，你可以用其他的是 form or cultivate 来搭配这个习惯 a habit 也可以。好 ，doing short blocks of work， 一次一次短短的，好做一个时间区块的事情。Followed by resting periods， 做完了呢，就会休息一段小的时间，这样子。
He realized this method could help him work with time instead of struggling against it. So we have the same amount of time, everybody, but he found about 25 minutes of work was good for him, but he should rest after that. You can't continue work, study.You'll get tired and you will not be a very efficient student or worker.
所以这句话就还蛮有意思的哦。他就了解到，当时 he realized 就是他知道了，了解到说这个方式 this method could help him work with time instead of struggling against it. Work 跟 struggle 给人感觉就是 work 的话就是不慌不忙的从容不迫的去做这件事情，但是 struggle 就是哇拼了老命，然后很狼狈的感觉。那他发现到说这个方法呢很有效的可以帮助他好好的跟时间合作的感觉，就是很好的运用时间，而不会 instead of struggling against it 跟时间赛跑，然后搞得自己非常狼狈。
Okay, let's take another short break. Okay, welcome back, and now let's finish up with our final paragraph. In 2006, Cirillo published his Pomodoro Technique manual for people to download free of charge. He liked his system, he liked his method or technique, and he wanted to share it with people. He prepared a manual. That's a book of instructions, a book of how to do things for free.
哇，太慷慨了！好，那这边的话呢，他既然还有这么好的时间管理方法，他居然做了这件事情，让大家都很感动，对不对？他说 ，In 2006, Cirillo published his Pomodoro Technique manual. 老师刚刚提到 manual 这个字，其实就是指操作手册的意思。如果说今天在使用 manual 的时候，里面有非常非常多的一个一个的 instructions，好，就是你的指示，你就跟着指示照着操作，好，这就形成了整个的 manual。他居然把这个番茄钟时间管理法呢，它的操作手册。For people to download free of charge， 把它放在网络上啦，免费让大家这样子随便 download。这是他的秘密，他的这个看家本领，他的宝贝，居然让大家随便的就可以学起来了。
It was downloaded over 2 million times. That's hot property.
Yeah， 没错。所以他这边说到后来，大家多少人去 download 次数是多少呢 ？It was downloaded over 2 million times， 好，就超过200万次的 download 这种下载的次数，可见大家都非常喜欢。It's very popular.
At present, now, he owns a consulting firm. He's head of a business which gives advice to people, helps train people or teach people about things, whose services, this is a service business, if you're a consulting firm means company here, are for individuals, companies, and schools. Everybody can benefit, whether you are in education or business or government. Efficiency is winning.
没错。所以在这里的话，他就讲到说 ，at present that means now， 现在呢，时至今日呢 ，he owns a consulting firm. Firm 老师刚刚讲过了，就是 company 公司，他呢开了一家顾问公司，而且呢 ，whose service are for individuals, companies, and schools. 而且他的服务对象有谁呢？好，这个地方他就提到了有个人，也可以是公司行号，也可以是学校单位，都可以来跟他来问问看说，我们怎么改进？好，怎么样增加我们自己做事情的效率？
The technique can be applied, can be used in almost all parts of our life, whether you are making plans for yourself, if you are working, if you are studying, this technique can be applied in all of these areas.
没错，在这边 applied be applied 就是被应用 ，you can apply something， 好，就是去使用、应用某个特殊的技巧或者是一些方法，都可以这样讲。这个时间工作管理法呢 ，can be applied 可以应用在 in almost all parts of our lives。好，这个地方你不管是用在工作上面、个人职涯规划上面、学习方面，都非常一应俱全，都非常非常适用的。不同的地方都可以使用这样的方式来管理好自己时间跟工作效率。
Okay, we're finished with the article, but we want a little bit of review, so hold on. Okay, we were talking about this technique, Pomodoro Technique, and how best to use our mind, focusing for a while, relaxing, focusing again. The reason he made this technique is because he realized our attention span, everyone's attention span, is not forever. We think and focus for short periods of time, and then we need to relax.
没错，老师刚刚所提到的 attention span 就是我们指的注意力能够专注集中的时间。每个人的长短可能不一样，小朋友的话，那个专注力可能几分钟甚至几秒钟就走了，对不对？那一般人的专注程度的话，大概也是10几分钟的时间也已经很了不起了。每个人的专注程度呢，专注时间呢，就是 limited。It's limited, so we say limited time, attention span 就指的就是我们专注的时间，它本身是有限制的，不是无穷无尽的哦。
And we'll talk more about this, of course, tomorrow when we finish today's article. Until then, bye-bye.
第42页专题特写，做自己的时间管理大师，番茄钟工作法。
Managing time with the Pomodoro Technique. In work as well as in life, doing what needs to be done in order to reach our goals can be difficult. Without a good system in place, it is easy to lose focus, waste time, and lose track of our most important tasks. Luckily, one of the most efficient and most popular time management techniques is also one of the world's simplest, the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique was developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. It uses a timer to break down your work into 25-minute blocks, separated by short breaks. Each block is known as a pomodoro, the Italian word for tomato. Cirillo named the system after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that he used to track his work time when he was studying as a university student. He developed a habit of doing short blocks of work followed by resting periods. He realized this method could help him work with time instead of struggling against it. In 2006, Cirillo published his Pomodoro Technique manual for people to download free of charge. It was downloaded over 2 million times. At present, he owns a consulting firm whose services are for individuals, companies, and schools. The technique can be applied in almost all parts of our life.